Hi everyone. Hello. Hope you're having a good morning or afternoon or evening. Welcome here. How are you guys doing? And let me know where you're from. Hi Paul from Ireland. Yay, that's great. I lived there for 18 years. Where about in Ireland? Hey Siobhan, how are you? Better today and yourself? I'm very good, yeah. Thursdays are my kind of favorite ones. I get to do the Insighttimer and then have my weekly meditation group. So it just goes beautiful with the flow, yeah. I'm excited to know more about Akashic Records. Yes, it is such a deep and vast subject. So only a little bit I'm going to cover today, but hopefully that will give you a little insight of what it is and what you can expect, and also witness the healing that comes out of it. Yeah. So with the Akashic Records, I think I have done on the life purpose and healing through records. So said like karmic thing will be a little deeper, but also so needed. When we feel we are feeling stagnant in our lives and can't move forward, there are many things that could be causing an hindrance. And one of the things that I've noticed is a karmic ties that we bring in into this lifetime. Yeah. Lisa, thank you for your time. I'm usually at work, but I decided to take a day off. I appreciate this. Thank you, Lisa, for spending time with us here on your day off. It's so good for your soul, I guess. Hey, Ashley, love your meditation yesterday. Back for more. Thank you so much for being here. Where did you learn to read them, Srimanju? Hello, by the way. So, Janelle, I read through a teacher from Canada and also from India, and then a lot more deeper through my own channel links as well, and through lots of books. What I realized is we all have this beautiful gift, and we don't tap into that gift and use it often. And the trust is one of the things that always causes an hindrance. We don't trust enough that we actually have a source. So that's one of the things. Like growing up in India, I always knew there is a past lifetime, reincarnations. Even as a young child, I used to be drawn to these books about the past life incarnations and the stories. And we used to have this, I'm sure, like in all the religions, you're always told anyway, of if you do good, yeah, you'll go to the heaven. And if you don't do good, or you lie, or you're not faithful, or you betray someone, you go to the hell. And there is someone watching you and tagging you of your records, checking on it. And depending on that, you are going to be prosecuted, right? So that was so interesting for me. And that used to be a fear-based mostly, of course. And that always, wow, is someone really watching us? Is everything in somewhere encrypted? And there is this character called Chitragupt. I think if any Indians are here or anyone into Sanskrit or Bhagavad Gita or any of those Vedas, you might have heard about that person, Chitragupt, who would be scribing our records. Yeah. So that is very, very fascinating. And from that portal, we generally access our records, book of life. And some people do access just by their meditations. You don't need any formal training, nothing. You have the ability. That's a one thing. And for some people, you need to tap or unlock that to get into the records. Some could have, when I teach, what I noticed is there could be 3% or 5% of people who don't who can't get into the record so easily because we might have misused the information in our previous lifetimes, having it so easy. And now we are coming back and trying to struggle with it in case we are not going to be honest with it. So the first thing is having your integrity with your records and treating as a sacred space that you're going to turn up and use it. And so to access the records, meditation is one of the ways. Through a prayer is one of the ways, which I usually use and teach as well. And the other one is through shamanic journeying. Some people do use it, or by the drum beat, they go into a journey into the book of records as well. So there are various ways to go in and tap into that information. Through meditations, it's quite easy. But there is always that doubt, like, was that my mind telling, or was that information from the records? Yeah. So that is always like we doubt. We, especially because the records are such a pure source of information, and they all have like with a relation to the current things, it always gives you who you are, what your experiences are, and everything. So we try not to believe that. We always love to see like, hey, was I a mean person? Was I not good enough? And all that. So I guess that very much ties in with our karmic lessons as well. Like, do you guys ever feel like, stuck in a relationship and you want to get out of it, or struggled with? Saying like, even though I want to get out, but I'm not able to make a decision much easily, but rest of my life, I can easily make my choices or decisions, but related to this, I'm not able to. Or you're married into, and you have this particular person from your marriage coming and always pressing your buttons, but when you see into your bloodline, you didn't have any trouble growing up with your relatives or anyone, but only after the marriage, this relationship, it could be the sister-in-law or brother, anyone, like, particular person would be triggering up. Yeah. Or situations like you are in a particular job, and you kind of keep attracting a manager who is being very tough on you, but nobody else finds that way. Like, you just don't see, or you feel you are stuck in that circle, that you're not able to come out of it. That again is something that we always need to go behind and research. So for me, it's always the Akashic Records is like, I see as like, hey, like an investigation, what's happening in the previous lifetimes that we feel it this way here. We are meant to have a good life, easy life, but why are these challenging things having difficulties or turmoil, and what is my lesson in it? Like, that's the most important thing, to realize what is my lesson in it, what am I learning from these situations. And when we ask those two important things, our life gets so easier. And this is where the healing comes in as well, because one thing is, you have raised your vibration to accept something is not working, it's not as it's supposed to be, and you want to know what it is and unlock that information. And when you get to know the source of it, it just makes such a peace in yourself, in your soul, that you can move forward with much ease as well. Hope that's making sense. So that is somewhere we'll go deeper as well. And also stay till the end. We are going to do a meditation where I'll guide you into your records. As you are here, that's you're giving me the permission to open your records as in a group level, not on individual levels. But I can see, sense what's happening there, and then you will understand with your own questions that you're going to go where it is coming from, and what is that you need to learn, how you can release it as well. And that's the most important thing. Actually, yes, completely. I can't purge my narcissistic ex from my mind. So condition. Yeah, very, very difficult. Yeah, it is. It's just like, Why did we even sign a contract with that person? Did you ever feel that, like, first thing first, I think our parents could be one of the trigger points for many people, or the family members, where we feel like, why did I sign this contract with such people? It could be some aspects that are very deeply triggering us, making us feel emotional, and then we feel like, should I sign better one? But hey, there is always a reason why we are doing it. And I think a recent movie, Soul, I think it's by the Disney or the Pixar's. Do watch that. That gives you a lot more insight in a cartoony way, but so tapping onto the right points. How a soul journey happens and what we choose, why we are here, how we are going to learn and move forward in our lives. Yeah. So anyone new to here to me? So my name is Srimanju. I'm from Seattle. I have two lives, one in India and one in Ireland. So I'm here 2.5 years now. My spiritual awakening started 12 years ago with Reiki, my first love, meditations, and then Akashic Records. Yeah, and it's such an ocean of knowledge to learn and to discover, deep dive. There is no single moment that I'll feel bored or something is not interesting. There is so much, out of it comes out. Even when I'm giving the talks here on Insighttimer, something is clicking, and afterwards I'm going and researching more. So there is always that learning thing that I'm so fascinated about. And each one of you sharing your experiences, that means a lot. I'm so grateful to be here, to showing up, and you showing up here as well. Sorry, I'm afraid I won't be here till the end. Is there going to be another talk about the records or the meditation? I'm going to have another talk, and also there is a meditation on my profile about the Akashic Records. I think there are 3 of them. You could try that, but having that subject around, having your intentions and the clarity, that might help you as well, Soti. But definitely I'm going to have some more talks about it in future, yeah, because this karmic talk itself is so deep that I won't be able to cover in an hour's time. So definitely I'll be taking more time there, yeah. So thank you. So there is also the when the word karma comes, and it's a Sanskrit word, a lot of bad reviews or bad press is there. It's like, if you don't do good, you're going to be in a not a good situation. It's always about the bad things that a lot of people do talk about it. I remember my earliest one was there was an ice cream shop in city center in Dublin, which we used to love because it's the Australian brand or something. And we used to go there, and they used to have the tip mug. And on the mug, they wrote, like, if you don't give us a tip, your karma is going to bite you. And that I had to laugh at it, oh my God, is this the way they're selling it? Like the whole concept of the karma. But don't forget, there is a karma. It's equal thing, the cause and effect. So if you do good things, you're going to get good things back. If you do bad intentionally or unintentionally, not aware of it, you're going to get it back as well. Could be this lifetime or the other lifetimes. And this was another thing that triggered me. My early days of spiritual awakening is when I was treating my dear friend for the cancer treatment. Giving Reiki therapy, I realized I was so upset, so emotionally attached to this person because he's a very good hearted person. And it was so unfair. I felt like he's so young, children are very young, and this is not right for him to go through this journey. He didn't have any bad habits or any bad thoughts for anyone. Such a loving, genuine person. And this is where the masters told me, it's not about this lifetime also. It could be also from the past lifetimes that we bring in the things that we need to learn here. And with that, the karmic things do affect our lives currently. And as an outsider, we may not see what the person has done in the past lifetime, and the reflections do happen, and that's something was an eye-opener for me to discover more about it and learn more about. And from there, it also helps us not to be emotionally so deeply attached with that cord. It also makes us realization, so I'm here to learn. So think about it, you're in a college. if for each year, for us in India, like, when you are graduating over the 3 years of your degree, if you don't finish some of the subjects, you can carry forward to the second year or to the third year. But by the end of the third year, aim is to finish all the subjects and score good enough so you can graduate and get a good job. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Some subjects could be tough, or something has happened in the life that we don't do good. But the thing is, we carry forward to the next year and to the next year. The same thing happens with the karmic things as well. So the lessons that we didn't finish the previous lifetime, we are bringing them here. So we are making a contract before we are incarnating into the life here as, hey, I want to learn these subjects here. And to learn some of the painful subjects, you need someone else to make a tougher contract to be the hard person as well. If someone has to be injuring you, or you to be injured, someone else has to injure you as well, right? Or someone has to go through a car accident, someone has to hit, like. So that is the contracts that we do go through. We write it, but there is a veil that comes in as you come into the earth realm that we do forget it. But we do forget from this mind, but a lot of children, young children do remember about that, and some of the adults as well. And when you tap into the records is that field of information with every thought experience that has happened since the time you're here on the earth realms, and also knowing where you are from and everything. All the experiences is like archival documentary, and you're tapping into that information to check out what was your contract here. And when you know these are the subjects that you need to do, it gives you such a peace. Okay, I'm getting into it, totally determined to finish it now. I don't want to get any more troubles into the next lifetime. I want to be more into the ascension side, or I want to be more on the moksha side. I don't want to be relearning the same things. Like, if there is a heartbreak or a divorce that you're going through right now, would you like to do that again in the next lifetime? Maybe not. We are just happier, or we are nearly there, 3/4 of the pain. Let me finish it off now so I can be done with it. And maybe then we'll sign a new contract, that goes on to it. There is new extra subjects that are coming in. And noticing what's happening in the records over the years is there is usually one main theme of essence that we are always going in circle and circle. And there could be the many things related to it. As say, for example, a person might be having financial issues, and this is where they will be like they're born into a family that is going through a poverty, and always it's a struggle, and even till today, being like 70 years old or 60, they're still finding it hard to hold money into them. But they have a beautiful blessing, family support, and there's always food on the table, but it's the extra things, there is always a struggle. So this is like the one aspect is major lesson that you take in, just like majors you do in a college. And then there are minor things that we are coming in, but there won't be for too long. They are the minor life lessons or the soul lessons that you go through, and then you finish, and it's one major thing. But when you get to accept it, hey, this is it, it gives such a deep healing, and that's why the meditations or getting a reading are not a usual psychic readings. They are deeper effects of what we can unreveal, open that book and get to turn the pages and understand deeply as well. So we are here with a contract with the people that we love, or the friends as well, any encounters as well. And then after that, you release them and you move on and you grab another new set of people in your life as well. So as I moved from 3 different continents, I have seen every time I'm in a new place, I'm getting this a whole set of new contracts with the new people. Either they would be challenging you or they're making it much easier for you to settle down as well. So this is how you're triggering that new chapters in your life and making the new contracts. Yeah. So can we get away from these contracts? Yes, only when yes and no kind, because if you want to finish your medicine, if you don't finish your subjects, you can't get your qualification. It's something similar. And it's about, have I learned my lesson here? Have I understood the depth of it? And then it's easier to rewrite your contract when you have understood it. There has been a person that has come in. With their permission, I'm sharing these stories. I'm not going to name them, but this person came in and asking for, hey, I have been trying to be in a relationship, but I'm not finding the right person. And when I'm with the right person, I don't feel committing to the person. And when I opened the records, in the past lifetime, this person made a commitment not to marry because she couldn't marry the person that she was truly in love, and she was moved into becoming a nun. And then she made a vow to herself that if I don't marry the person that I'm in love this lifetime, I'm never ever going to marry anyone else. I'm going to be in the service and dedicate my life to the God. And by that, she was here sitting in front of me in tears. It just felt so in connection to her because she always prays, and she always feels and heart opening whenever she's praying, as there is like a total service commitment. And that was done, and she said, can I open and shift that, because that was the other side of the realm where she didn't get the right person. What if I'm getting the right person and now I want to be in a relationship? And again, like with that, opened up the records again and cleared that karmic things. And as she has understood it, and now it's all about like opening your heart even to accept the love she is going to get, like, from the true person. And that way she felt more opened up and welcoming. And down the lane, after 2 years, she sends me a message that she has found the right person and she's getting married with the person. So that's a shift, and that little confirmation what has happened and why we are being reflecting onto not finding what we truly desire, where that so vacuum, such a hole in our lives, we do have it. And when you fill it up with this knowingness, it just shifts. And that's the reason that we end up in a better relationship, or you're writing a new contract saying, hey, I'm done with that now, I'm renewing my contracts. And this usually happens with the marriages that I've noticed. Also the health conditions as well, like, we sometimes do develop a condition which is chronic, or a lot of the times the doctors even can't investigate what it is. They can't even give a name where it is coming from. So there could be something that is in the past lifetime, and they need to work on that. The other thing also that I noticed mostly was around the land, that the land, when you move into that particular land or you buy a property, whole new karmic things come out of it, which I have noticed majorly in Ireland, because I used to travel and do the readings to different locations in the country. And what I was noticing it after like 20 or 30 readings over the weekend, I would be seeing like there was a pattern at the end of the day, like I was noticing. And when I would sit and ask, where is this pattern coming? What is happening? Like, patterns were the same thing. And when I read into the location reading, I realized like, okay, this place was stuck by the famine, or this place was stuck by the Vikings. And this is where we are still coming back here and repaying those debts to those karmic injuries that we have caused in the past, So that was really eye opener as well for us to see. Is that like, when did it start? And has there been any major life changes in your life as well that we need to look into? So with any karmic things or any hurdles that you're having right now, also question yourself, when did it begin? When did you notice it change, or a particular shift happening in your life? Did it all trigger up as well? Like, so that might be something even that you are doing a self-inquiry within yourself. I meditated that all my debts were clear, and since then was stuck with a chronic back injury, and my dog chronic injury on our feet. It's been a big lesson. I'm still a work in progress, so I have to clear the situation. That is really beautiful question to bring in, like, is like, what have we brought in? And generally the financial things are related to stuck things in our back. They both are so related, but you have a chronic one. So Lisa, that's a good one to check in today, like with the meditation, setting that intention. I love that. Let's see what you come back with and what you're being shown as well. Yeah. I don't want to preempt anything as I'm not in your records, but these are the kind of the things that are really going to unlock us and find us into the healing as well. There is this beautiful family that I know of now. I haven't read their records, but even just watching them, it was interesting. Like the child, they have two sons, and when the child hit 18, he was just about to go into the college. He met with a bike accident, and that's it. For the rest of the 18 years, he was in a semi-coma state. The doctors gave up the hopes, and they said, hey, take home and do all the surveys, and the family, where they thought they're just settling in with the two children grown up and everything, they are back into the square one, and they literally were doing everything for the child, taking from the bed, like he can't even move. So there is not much nursing opportunities as well, in India. So they had to clean the bed, tidy his body, everything, and they lost all the opportunities to meet people and to mingle around until the son has passed away, like after 18 years of struggle. 18 years, life changed. Another 18 years he was on the bed, and it shifted. So it was very interesting to see how our karmic ties are coming back, even for the parents, to be of service to their child, so it's again interesting what would have happened in the past and how their chemistry could have been, or how the matrix of their relations could have been as well. And now when we come back here with our soul family, the main reason we always have a challenge with our soul family or the bloodline is we pick them up to learn the major lessons, and we could have been the tougher ones in the previous lifetimes, and now we are the ones who are taking on that lessons to be learned. And now karma is not about hey, you do bad to me, I'm going to do bad to you. Definitely, that's not the whole point about it. The karma is about hey, I'm so sorry about it. I did it. I didn't know that you were hurt. I'm asking you for forgiveness. And this is the powerful thing to say and to react and to work on our karmic things, or to do good deeds as well. When we are turning into the service, maybe go to the orphanages and do some charity work, or to the homeless shelters, you open up and do some things, and that is going to shift a lot of our karmic ties. Now, it's not that always that we want on purpose to do wrong things for any people around us. Maybe unknowingly we would have done, when you were a young kid, maybe you stole someone's lunchbox or a pencil or something that was fascinated, and how much did you know at that age, even. But there is that build up of the karmic things that we were doing it. Now, when you realize it, maybe you don't know whose thing you did it, but you can just say to the universe back, I'm so sorry for doing it. And maybe you can give to another orphan a good pencil box or something as a repay back. It's just acknowledging the things that we are aware and how we can change that as well. That's the most important thing. Now, it's not about going to each and every situation, hey, watching over, but as I'm sharing these examples, something will be clicking in. And forgiveness and asking for forgiveness is a big hurdle for many people. It's not easy to say that, but just because we weren't grown up with it, or we didn't have anyone doing it in front of us, so we don't know how to do it. But hey, think about you can start that. I think there is also this one, isn't it? Hawaiian prayer, Ho'oponopo, where you say, I forgive you, I love you. And that again, a prayer can change everything. Simple thing, when you acknowledge it, that's a massive shift as well, if you're going to work on your karmic things. Yeah. And that's a good one to even break a cycle of it. Yeah. Lalita says, grief has changed me and made many things more clear. I have written many letters to people in my life asking forgiveness. Wow, that's such a wonderful step there, Lalita. Oh my God, I'm so happy to hear that. That's exactly what needs to be done, but it doesn't come so easy for many people. I'm sure it's not easy for you when you started it, but doing it, you feel you are releasing it. It's not about have they accepted it or not. It's about you doing it and releasing it from your own self, the contracts that you are putting up. Yeah. So much is connecting. I think this is one of the reasons I needed to be home. Thank you, Lisa. Glad it's making sense. Yeah, especially before they pass from the world. Yeah, that's so true. But also, like, in situations where they have been in the spirit world, they can still sense us, they can still feel us, we can still communicate to them. So anyone that we have it, like, just saying, mother, father, God, or grandparents, anyone listening to me right now, please, please forgive me for the things that I have done knowingly, unknowingly, and be honest from your heart and say that in your prayers as well. And if they are on the earth realm, until we build the courage and you can practice this, and then one day you'll get a courage to say or text or type in and say, just, I'm so sorry, even if we can't do it on face to face. I remember even simple things when I would have a fight with or not fight, but disputes with my husband. Initial days, I was like only in my 20s when we got married, and there were a lot of things that I would be very tantrums at, and I would never say sorry, or I would always expect him to say sorry because that's a culture I have seen around. Like, men have to always say sorry, but only later on in the years I realized, like, it's my mistake. Why am I expecting him to say sorry to me? And when I said it for first time, I still remember I was feeling such a choke feeling on my throat. Like, it's so hard to get the words out, but I felt such a relief. And now, like, if I do something and it's my fault, we had a row, I'll be okay to say it, not feel guilty or not have a difficulty. But the first time, it's always going to be a little challenging, yeah, because you haven't done this before, and we are seeing a new light towards it. Yeah. And sometimes we do feel like, in our life that you're trying to work out your life in a plan that you're creating, and you're trying to put a step forward, but you're pulled behind 4 steps, like, and you don't see a progressive path and clear guidance as well. And that is again one of the things, like, what's happening here, what else could happen. And when I said a lot of things are related to the land, there's this beautiful example I want to share. For this person, she was going through a lot of challenges with the family members at a certain time in their life, like, all the 4 of them, a lot of disputes, not agreeing to the single thing, and having everyone having their own perception, like, and the house, like, whoever is coming into the house is like feeling a lot of overwhelm of anxiousness being there. And when I did the reading for the person, it came up, it's something related to the land. And when I did the reading on the land, it came up that this person has lived here in 1800s, and there was a famine that has been stuck, and she was in a well-off place, but hasn't cared for the people on the land there, whoever were the farmers, and only was holding on that finances, the grains and everything, only for her family, and not passing on, not helping the other people. And she was seeing them suffering and dying as well. And now this one, when it came into the reality, it did move her heart, because she's such a lovely person in this lifetime, and nowhere nearby even being that selfish, like, but in that lifetime she had to do it because her main goal was to protect her family. And when some people are there, like, we see a lot of people who, for them, is them or their family is the first thing, and for some people it could be the community is the first thing, and it's nothing wrong about it. That is how you're designed about, like, and when she realized, oh my God, how do I release it? What can I do it? And now here the souls are trapped on the land, and that is the turmoil like that was causing. And for her daughter to have some nightmares, some health issues as well, she can hear the voices and everything. So we did a land clearing, and also let the souls go into the light and clear up, and also their effort to do some charity work as well. And by that, she shifted a lot. A lot has changed in that home, and it brought in a lot of good vibes, and they're much in a good place now having it. And they also said bring some rainbow light into the life, and it was interesting. Like, yeah, I said like maybe, and they said rainbow into the life, and they showed me the kitchen. And when I said this to her, like, no, my family wouldn't like something like bright colors, like, in the house. I don't know how I can do it. And when I asked in the record, so how can she do it? And this solution is not going to work out, like, and then they said like something has to be there, something even small, maybe a printout will be good as well, like, maybe on the fridge as a magnet or something. And then she went home and she sent me a picture. There is this crystal Swarovski crystal hanging in her kitchen. When the sun comes and the light is spread around the room, which she never noticed before. And now that she noticed it, it was just everyone else started noticing that beautiful place, and everyone started gathering into the kitchen, having some fun time. Slowly things started shifting as well. Now that's the beauty about the records, that which I love about. It's not only we go with a problem, we also come out with a solution, and solutions that we can implement. No matter what the challenges that we have, that we think with the family, the solutions are always being made easier, that are okay to implement, or being welcomed, and it shifts whole reflection as well. And that's where I always say in my talks is, when you do this work, not only you changing, but you're changing the family and the people around you as well. And that's the biggest gift. Like, there is always one person that has to shift first before they can shift anyone else. Yeah. Another thing that this was a campaign in the 80s, they used to say in India, with the whole population control coming in, like have two, and then have a male and a female. Of course, that's a thing. Mother and the father and two kids, like, 2 and 2 is what they used to campaign about. And then they started campaigning, if the mother is educated, this is for especially the women empowerment and early educations, where women were denied of the education. This campaign came out, and where they used to say, if the mother is educated, she can educate the whole family. If the father is educated, he's only educated for himself, like, and that something that I always take it back into this work is, when we show up, when we light up, it doesn't matter which gender we are, but one person does it, and we are changing around our circumstances, the people that we know, like, so it's really interesting to see the change and the shift there. So how does it feel like? Does you have any thoughts around it that you can ask before we go into the records now? There are some also good karmic things, like, you see some people are of only service, like, they'll be doing a lot of volunteer work, a lot of charity things, and they are so happy. And maybe not they have everything they need in their life, but they're so content and so happy. And this is one of the things that you would be noticing. Or there is a beautiful teacher that I know from my kids' school, goes an extra mile and helps, like, does a lot of volunteer hours for children. Like, it's not that she's getting anything monetary value, but there is so much satisfaction she gets out. Like, these are the good deeds that a lot of people are doing, and definitely that makes you attract more as well. It's just like holding up the door for someone walking in. That's a good kind act. Like, all the kind things that we are doing are raising our vibrations of our karmic good deeds. Like, unknowingly we are doing many bad things, but now we can compensate by being aware, being in the present moment, to see a shift as well. Yeah. And so that is the most important thing right now, right from today. Like, whatever you have heard, if you can remember one thing, just check in with yourself. What is a good deed that you're going to do from today onwards? How are you going to be tuning in? How are you going to look for opportunities regards to it? Like, no matter what we have done in the past, now we are going to shift and change as well. Like, and that is the most important awareness we need to bring around. Sometimes we can see that the shift in the self first, and we have ripple effect by taking the first step, especially when hard, the changes will come. So true, so true. Natalia, it makes all the sense. My awareness has brought me so much, and everyone else can feel it. So true. And that's amazing to acknowledge that those changes are changing us and changing everyone else. And what's the best thing when you have your peace of mind, isn't it? Having a less regrets in your life and going to bed with a peaceful mind. That's the best thing. No matter what kind of bed you have, what kind of a home you have, if you can sleep peacefully, that's the best thing. And that's how I look into the life, And if I have a regret that night, that's the worst thing, and the next morning is knowing about, like, hey, I have a regret, what do I do about it, I can amend it, and it's okay to go back and work it out, figure it out with the person. And this is the best thing. I know I'm releasing a lot, getting rid of clutter. It will take time and freedom of coming. I know I can do it. That's I love that positivity there, Lisa. And also, yes, a lot of times when you say about clutter, that was one of the group discussions we were having yesterday in my with my tribe. There is about the clutter. That's the most important thing, how we jam up our clutters in the mind and also physically as well. Yeah, the more we clear, even start with just a little shelf, and that will, you'll see some shifts happening in your life. And I think with the feng shui, they say if you don't you don't need to clean the whole house or anything. If you can change the positions of at least 22 things, you'll see energy flow easing, so just take in and out, or the direction of the place, or slightly move 27 things and see what happens in your life, how you're going to invite. So with that, let's get into the meditation. And so think about, when I say the karmic things, some things about, some of you have put some questions there. And also you can add, if you have any addiction issues or fear of heights, or discomfort with a person, my intention is with this meditation to take you into a place to understand where it is coming from and what is that you need to do right now to make it workable and feel a shift. And now this is the so important thing. Have it in your journal, this question that you're going to ask. If you have one right now or later on, you can note it down. And what has been told to you or shared with you. Now, sometimes with the records, when you go in, if you're new to it, you may not be seeing everything or hearing or sensing the information, but be open to it, because you might be noticing it in the way that is right for you, through your dreams, through a newsletter, through a blog or a friend. There are multiple ways the message you will still be getting in. So be open to it and make a note, and also how the shift is happening over the next few days, few weeks over the same situation. So just track around, if you're talking about your chronic pain, do track, has a pain been reducing, or has any shift being happening, or maybe are we reducing our intake of our painkillers, even are new opportunities coming up in our lives. So that is where it is interesting to go back and check in how the records are helping and guiding us as well. Lalita, at times I feel that I'm burdened financially to my husband at times. So that is interesting one to feel, why we do feel that way. And that's one of the things that's a limiting belief that I grew up with, and watching a lot of females around the family, the society, because they were the homemakers. They weren't given the same values. I'm not saying this to you, Lalita, here, but generally that's a way when we were raised, we were told about it, and if the man is angry, he would come home and say, what did you do, what did you contribute to the house, rather than actually knowing the gifts that you're contributing through your children, through the home, and giving that peace as well. So yeah, you do know where this is leading up to as you grew up in India. Perfect. Yeah, so that's where I used to feel, and I used to always think I have to be financially independent to contribute. But then I realized, no, it's not always the financial things. It's also recognizing our gifts that we are giving back as well to the family. Without both the partners being in a healthy relationship and healthy contributions, the family is not in a good shape. It's like a seesaw. One could be down, one could be above. Like, saying that, like, my mom, she was never even valued for who she was, or the same with my grandmother or my relatives as well. So it's a change there. That's how we are changing the limiting belief there. And now you can ask where this limiting belief is coming from. Is this from this lifetime or the previous lifetimes? Where is it coming from, and how we can change, or what is it I need to know about it? And that way, again, you're releasing it. I resonate with the clutter too. Despite my efforts, I can't seem to detach from a lot of material things. That's really good thing to ask. Yeah, why do we feel so inclined to these material things, and where is that connection coming from as well? Yeah, why do we feel so want to have all the possession of the things? Yeah. All right, okay, so I know I was talking a lot, but so much has to, and there is so much about this topic as well. Let's go into the meditation so you are understanding, sensing, feeling a lot more. Make sure you are sitting comfortably, lying down, or in a relaxed state, not driving definitely, because this is changing a lot of energy around you. And watch out, there is a lot of healing does come in with the Akashic Records. It's not only about like hearing in the mind, but also sensing in the body. Do check the temperature changes, feeling sensations as well. If you have a blanket, maybe have it handy as well if it gets cold. But do watch out and enjoy this, and try connecting back into your own soul, and see what you feel. I'm so interested to hear back after the meditation how you feel about it. All right. Just going to place the music. Relax yourself, taking a nice deep breath. Wherever you're sitting, sit comfortably. Feet flat on the ground if possible. If not, visualize your feet touching the ground, and breathe into your belly. Hold and breathe out. Breathing into your belly and breathe out. As you're breathing in, letting that beautiful flow of energy go deep into your feet. And as you breathe out, let all the stagnant energies and discomforts come out of your feet through your crown, making a connection from the feet to the crown. Feel the energy flowing in and out. Taking a nicer, deeper breath and relaxing your shoulders. With every deep breath, you're going deep into your body, into your soul level, into a beautiful journey where you're just going to be there in the presence of the light beings. Visualize beautiful roots coming out of your feet and merging with the earth roots, and holding you and keeping you grounded, and letting that anchoring energy beautifully flow into your lower legs, into the earth star chakra, the root chakra, your sacral, solar plexus chakra, into your heart center. As it's going through all these chakras and your body, it's relaxing your cells, the muscles, and your heart is just widening up with so much beauty within you. loving yourself with all that beautiful, vibrant energy around your heart. Breathe in and breathe out. Do notice that beautiful glow that's coming out of your heart center, and it's creating an infinity sign around your heart. And now visualize a beautiful column of light coming down from the source, from the universe, from the higher self, from the supreme power, coming deep down through all the layers into your auric field, through your higher chakras, opening up and gently coming into your crown, into your third eye, into your throat, and gently merging with your heart sign into the infinity. Feel the expansion of your heart sign, making you feel connected to both the masculine and the feminine energies, the mother and the father, the source and the mother earth. And let that beautiful energy create the sparkles into your infinity realm and protect you and your shield as you go on to a journey into your records. As you are being protected and you invoke your inner light, have your intention with the questions that you would like to go into your records. Taking another deeper breath, relaxing the muscles as it's going deeper and deeper. Your heart center is opening, that you're going into a beautiful journey through the staircase. It can be going upwards or the downwards, wherever your mind is taking you. Just walking on the stairs. These are a beautiful spiral ones. And like a child, you are getting excited to be walking on them and twirling around. As you go higher and higher, you come to the end of the stairways and you notice a beautiful golden door right there in front of you. You sense you have come home. You have been here before. And like that beautiful child within you, you're curious to touch and feel the energies of this door. And as you touch, you notice the door is opening up and welcoming you into a beautiful, brighter room. You do recognize this room at your soul level, being here, being welcomed by your spirit guides, by your masters, teachers, your loved ones, your elemental beings, anyone that you have connected with in your dreams, the saints, the masters, or you heard about, they're all there welcoming you, cheering you for making your way through here. Feel the energies, recognize them, or sense their energies through your heart. As you walk in the room, you're noticing, along with the energies of these beautiful beings, there are also books around, shelves of books. These books are in different colors, different volumes, different textures. And also you notice there is a beautiful room with all the different gadgets around. with the floppy disks, CDs, the cassettes, the discs, and various mediums of channeling the information and viewing it, the projector, the TV, everything is there in this room. You're being excited to choose which room you want to spend more time, and you're holding on to that beautiful room. And being here, you're being welcomed. You do notice there is this place which has your name on it, clearly scribed your name on this book or the disc or a cassette, and that excites you. You're being recognized, you're being welcomed, and your name is embedded in gold, shining its light. You take it and hold it to your heart, and you feel your name with your fingers. And there you notice also a beautiful chair that you can sit back and read through the book or watch the movie or listen to the audio. As you're just gazing into this beautiful medium, you're knowing the wisdom and the power and the knowingness, the light energy that it holds. You feel the connection to your book. Now consider the issue that you're inquiring about, remaining peaceful and relaxed. Ask your question, and as you do, you start to notice the book opening up or flipping to the right page to answer your question, or to the right, the minutes of your audio or the video files playing up. You notice the book settling to a certain page. As you flip through, you see the words are written, or there could be an image floating. There could be symbols. There is so much information here to go through, see, sense. But whatever feels natural to you, take that. It's just that knowingness. There is no conditions here of what you should do. Just follow your heart. And now ask your masters and guide to show the event where these karmic ties are coming from. Which past lifetime has it been impacted or has begun? To show you that or let you know a word, a name, a year, anything that you would resonate with. Perhaps the answer is a written explanation on a page. And just go through those moments or watch on the screen the movie they are playing, what has happened in the past, and who were associated, who was around you back then. And ask the guides to show you the page or the information. What was your lesson to learn right now, having this karmic tie from the past? Why did you choose to be here to learn this lesson? Ask your guides, how can you release it? How can you make it less impactful? What can you do in this lifetime to release it? Is there anything else your masters would like to share at this moment of time that will help you, guide you, or to heal on the situation? And sense your body. How is it feeling? How is your heart feeling? You may only notice some bits of information coming, some just words, or sometimes the full clarity is being given. But take that information and know that the rest of the information will come to you as you're working on it. And knowing that you can always be back here to this book, to this location, to find further details. But right now, it's more about understanding and feeling the place and knowing it. Now we can keep the book back or the medium that you have chosen in its place and hold it to your heart before you place it back. Feel the connection once more, knowing that you can always be back here and reopen it and know more details, or there could be some other pages flipping the next time you're here to know further information. But right now they have shared what you can consume and what you can work on. As you place it back, thank the beautiful spirit beings, the masters, teachers, and the lords for being here to guide you on this journey and to welcome you into this room, the hall of the records, and show your book, thanking them, feeling content, recharged, feeling happier to know further details. Just one more time, check in with your heart, how your body is feeling, how are your senses. And you come out of the room, closing the door, knowing that you always are welcome, and back through the spiral staircase. Now, this time, as you're getting down, you're more mindful of each of the steps you're taking to be back into your room, into your space. You feel more lighter, more in your own body. As you come back into your room, either lying down or sitting in, gently coming back into the full body, into the full spectrum. Taking a deeper breath and breathing out. Wiggling your toes, breathing out. And gently wiggling your fingers, opening your eyes when you're ready, taking a little stretch. And have some water. If you have a journal, make a note of the things. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you guys for meditating together. Let me know in the comments what you felt, what you saw. It could be just a color or nothing, or a word, or something on your physical body. Thank you so much, Lalita, for your donation. So much appreciated. Nadia, beautiful journey. Thank you. Welcome here, Nadia. Feeling lightheaded. I saw gold light. Lots of bright green colors. That's great. And these colors do have a representation to your chakras, to your auric colors, and also working on that healing side. Welcome back. All right. So what happens now is, what you'll notice is, if anyone got some messages there, hold on to those messages. They might be growing bigger and more making sense. And if you just felt that healing colors, healing light is just taking off the pressure. And once we know that we are ready to release our karmic ties, you will see the decrease of the pain or more understanding of the situations, and you react to them differently as well. It's like a whole lot of new options options are opening up right in front of you. And that's how subtly they will be working with our energies. Sometimes it will be strongly as well, like, hey, this is good for you. This is how we can resolve it, like, but they generally don't say us what we or never say what we should do. It's up to us how we want to work with our free will, and their guidance will be associated as well. Wendy, I don't remember anything after I went into the room and saw the golden light, but I do feel lighter. That's it. That's it. What you needed, like, because sometimes with all the pain that we go through, first thing is we need a break, isn't it? Even connection back to your body, and especially such a heavy topic as well. And when you feel lighter, more clarity comes in, and it's like the knowingness of the next steps that you're going to do are going to come forward. Like you might get a courage to do something, or might get that wisdom or a clarity as well, and that changes and shifts as well, like, so do watch the next reactions. That's what I would be so interested to know about, how you're feeling the next couple of days, and with the same thought, the intentions you went in, how is the life on those changes, like, the finances, it could be the health, it could be, or the relationships, it could be, or the workplace, it could be, or the land itself, like, are you sleeping better now with the same place, like, are you having a better relationships with the people that you were asking in the records. So definitely do watch them, and maybe I would even suggest you to do join the circle that I have on Insighttimer, so you can let me know how you feel there. It's a sacred circle, or a soul tribe is what I call. It's called Experience Healing with Srimanju. You can find Experience Healing when you type up or by name. My picture comes up, and you can join the circle, and we can share there. That's so important to recognize these changes and to acknowledge them. Yeah. Thank you. I heard Sam, as in Samuel, time, memories, release, a man who was sad, alone, and was born into a large family. Of gratitude, I felt tapping in my knee area. My heart was hurting, then it felt lighter and better. He was sitting on a chair in low lighting with his head down. Yeah, I do sense there is a lot of sadness there. What was your question, Lisa? What did you ask? Do you know which knee you felt the tapping, the left or the right? Vicky, I was on a fire. Staple was of noble from a castle, from yellow and red. That's so beautiful. Yeah, sometimes they go back to such an old era as well. I wanted to know if I would release everything. Knee was right knee. Okay. There seems to be something that you're going through. No matter how much you are raising your vibrations, I'm sensing a do let me know if you feel that. I'm sensing that you are shifting, and you're working more from your heart center. But every time you do something, there is also that cloud of sadness that comes in. And this is where you're trying to acknowledge and work towards it to make it lighter, to make more peace with yourself. Yeah. And this is like a brain fog or something, that every time you do good, but also you go back inwards and you're staying there for a longer time. Or next time when you do this meditation, you can go into the profile and hear the meditation in a different way. I have it, script, where you ask the guides to release that cloud and fill you with light, because now you are taking on a new life and doing so much openness with your heart center, with your kindness, and you want to release, so you're fully being here, being present, like, and that should shift in. Yeah. Yes, true. Yeah. And it's something that you have to acknowledge about it and release it. But I see some beautiful changes coming out there, Lisa. I'm just going to type in. Thank you. I felt that. That's great. I felt I could shine like a phoenix rising from ashes. My whole body was tingling. I love that feel. That's so good, isn't it? It's like you're having a new birth. I was drawn while we were talking, or while in the meditation, to these life purpose cards by Doreen Virtue. Don't know if you have this. So I'm just going to pick a card and see what it is. Let go. Walk away from this situation in order to resolve it. This is the card being drawn to you. So do is so perfect, right? With the karmic release that we are doing in. So give permission to yourself to let go, release, to welcome. Only when you let go of the end result of the situation to change, the hold on to it, you're welcoming beautiful new things, you know. So that is going to be interesting. Definitely it's worth looking into it. Yeah, let go. Also, I was drawn to do the past life card. All right, I know running late. I'll just do one more card and then we'll wrap up. So guys, in the meantime, if you would love to support my work, if you got much out, you enjoyed it, do follow me so you get updates on my next live things. And also you can watch or listen to the meditations that I have recorded and leave a review. That will help me to be here on the Insighttimer. And if you're drawn to, I do accept the donations, and your gratitude is so welcome. That keeps me going, and also the Insighttimer platform as well. Yeah, thank you so much for your donations. So the card that I was drawn to here from the past lifetimes is the vows. A lot of the times I've noticed with the clients as well, or myself even, like, you know, we take vows. Even in this lifetime, we do take vows like, I'm never going to do that, I'm never going to be this way. But right now, this is so right to take that vow, or in the past lifetime as well. But things that I would have said now may not be implied in 10 years time. So we are changing, we are evolving, we are growing, so as our situations as well. Now going back into those situations and releasing, untying those vows is so important to see that freedom, to see the progression in our lives. Like, you know, I remember I said many things that I'm never going to do it, but here I'm doing them as well. Like, you know, I'm enjoying them. One of the things is I said I'm never going to be a teacher. I absolutely don't like it. I feel so fearful being teaching anything, and bingo, something changed when I learned Reiki master level, which is also about clearing up your past and welcoming the new changes. And that shifted so much. Since then, I have never stopped teaching, and this is absolutely something I love. It's my favorite thing. Even though I worked in the corporate career as a project manager, this is the thing that I really turn up into. I love, enjoy, which 13 years ago, I never even imagined it. So we do say so many things, but that becomes as an imprint, but you can always go back and clear it. So think about, like, have you had any vows from the past lifetimes that are hindering you as well? Yeah. So one more card. Does that resonate with anyone there? And here, medicine man or woman. So this is one thing that again consistently comes with many people as well, is we were healers. If you are looking into becoming a healer, or you don't have that strength, or no one is accepting you, or are you accepting yourself to be a healer, and there is a fear that is coming in, and the fear is not from this lifetime, and you know deep down, like so deeper as well, do check in with yourself where that is coming in, and embrace that and welcome it into this lifetime, because that's a gift that you're becoming, bringing on, and you are using it. You're a healer in the past and you're a healer now, and open your arms and welcome that person inside you. Don't hold on to the gift that you're carrying just from your fears. And this is something that as a service you can do as a gift you can do, or as lifting up the spirits around you, you can do. Like, if you are being inspired, being a healer, you're inspiring others as well. Like, and when I say healer, it need not only be one modality, it could be many multiple things. Even serving your food to the group of people, that itself is a healing with your delicious hands and the intentions. Yeah. Like, I let go of all that no longer serves me. Yay, that's right, Lisa. I'm a healer and became a Reiki master in 2020. Welcome, Lisa. Welcome to the Reiki tribe. Riley, these both resonate so much. I'm so happy that they do resonate. Yeah. I'm currently working on becoming a Reiki master, and I have a fear of not doing it right and being new. Nope. That's a fear that most of the healers do have, because in the past lifetimes we were condemned or we weren't accepted of doing the right things. But this lifetime is so different. And I'm recently, for a year, I'm saying, like, we are the white sheeps, no more the black sheeps. So shine your light and you'll see a different world altogether, and you're showing others a different world altogether. Yeah. So thank you so much, guys. If you enjoyed it, please leave a review or comment or a donation. I so gracefully accept it. And I'm so honored to be here with you guys in doing this together, my favorite topic. And I'm wishing you all the best and a shift in your earth dynamics, and seeing you release some of the hardest hurdles, and pushing you, like moving you forward, like in your own journeys, in your own stories. Yeah. Do what ignites you and what lifts up your spirit, and do from your heart space. And don't forget, you can always go back into your records anytime. Just a thought away, and you can do it, and just trust yourself. And do watch out for the words, the wisdoms that you'll be gaining in the next few days through your dreams and everything as well. And let's connect on the circle, and yeah, be there. And I have a very interesting event coming up on this Saturday. I think it's 11 o'clock Pacific time. It's healing with art. So I'm so excited. I used to teach this many years ago. I'm bringing it back now. It's going on a creative journey, and you don't need to, in speaking the soul language, which very well goes with the Akashic theme as well. And you don't need to be an artist or qualified in anything. You just need to have that fun element and having some joyful time. So I wish to see you there and connect you there. And for the rest of the day, have a great time. Enjoy your morning, afternoon, or evening. Thank you so much, guys, for being here and doing this work. Thank you. Blessed to be part of this group. Thank you. Have a lovely day. Bye, Janelle. Bye, Lalita. Bye, everyone. Bye, Lisa.